Have you ever wondered where you came from, why you're here, and what else might be out there? Maybe you've had moments that felt surreal, encounters that you couldn't quite explain, a visit from a loved one who's passed on, seeing orbs or flashes of iridescent lights, an experience that completely defied logic. You questioned it and wondered if it was real. Well, I can say that I had my doubts too, until I began having these encounters so frequently that I could no longer deny what I was seeing. They became so commonplace that the message finally became clear. We are not alone here. We share this universe with beings from other realms. And once you know this, you can't unknow it. It will become an everyday part of your reality. I hope that this episode will help prepare you for what you may experience as your spiritual awakening progresses, or perhaps affirm what you already know to be true. Let's dive in. Welcome back. My name is April, and I'm a spiritual mentor and awakening guide. And I've been called to share this series as a way to give voice to what many experience, but few ever talk about. While much of my work focuses on the practical tools to help navigate each stage of the journey, this series will explore something different. What happens behind the scenes? The supernatural, the mystical, the surreal. Experiences that can't always be explained and often are only understood by those who have lived them. In today's episode, I'll be sharing my first encounters with aliens, UFOs, and other celestial beings. These are real experiences, real events, and real footage that I've gathered over the last few years. My intention is simple, that something in my story can help you make sense of your own. Here is some of what I've seen. This is how these strange sightings came to be. A couple of years into my spiritual awakening, I started to see anomalies in the skies. Things I had never seen before, or perhaps wasn't ready to see. By this point in my journey, I was pretty tapped into the spiritual realm. It had become unmistakably visible to me. As mentioned in the last episode, I had had several encounters with passed on loved ones, with angels, signs and synchronicities, visions, and more. Therefore, I wouldn't say that it was shocking when I started to see these anomalies. More like a new spiritual door was opened for me, one that expanded beyond God and the angels and way out into the cosmos. A door that led to other dimensions. Or should I say the awareness of other dimensions. The key that opened the door was actually a book. Dolores Cannon's book, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. This book found me about 4 years ago, and when I read it, it was as if a switch inside of me was flipped on, illuminating truths that had long been hidden in the dark. Cannon's accounts of ancient civilizations, cosmic beings, star families, galactic councils, soul assignments, and past lives shook me to the core. They weren't just truths on a page. They were truths remembered. And before this point in my awakening, I probably wouldn't have been ready to hear them. They would have seemed too far-fetched. Yet, instead of sounding crazy, these truths landed with a deep, undeniable knowing. Something that my spirit accepted before my mind could comprehend. From that moment forward, my whole perspective transformed. My consciousness cracked wide open. But it is one thing to read about something in a book, and quite another to experience it in real life. Once this book had brought these concepts of cosmic beings and ancient civilizations into my awareness, that's when I started to see them. Orbs and UFOs and spacecrafts. Again, here are a few of the pictures that I took with my phone. Let me show you. I also came across information about different interdimensional races, the Palladians, the Arcturians, the Lemurians, etc. And I started educating myself about them. These are the beings to whom some of the crafts belong. I came to the conclusion that these beings are not the beings that pop culture and Hollywood and our government have tried to portray. The myths and misconceptions that have been spread about aliens and extraterrestrials are far from the truth. Light beings are not creepy and they are not scientific. They are highly intelligent, highly evolved beings that live in other dimensions and who share roots with some of us here on Earth. Contrary to the fear-based narratives that pop culture has spread about alien abductions and alien invasions, light beings are conscious and compassionate beings who, in some form, reflect the potential that humans have if we were to evolve into our most divine, loving, and pure form. And if you are seeing their crafts right now, it is because you are open to it. They are here to assist with the great shift, and they want to work with us to ensure that the transition is as smooth as possible. Some are here to monitor our progress. Others are here to help heal the earth and protect the ley lines. And others are coming to make contact to provide useful information that will help with the transition ahead. Seeing UFOs, spacecrafts, orbs, or light body figures is not a sign of alarm. It is a sign of protection and assistance. Our star brothers and sisters from the other side are here to help ensure that Earth's transition from 3D to 5D is successful. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, how do you know all of this? How do you know that they're here to help? Just because you read a book? No, not exactly. It's much bigger than that. For one, I know because my consciousness has expanded to the point where I am now able to process this information. But secondly, this information is also confirmed in other people's work. Dolores Cannon, Barbara Marcinek, and many other well-known channelers and spiritual teachers who have been given the same awareness. Third, I know this based on the stories that I'm about to share with you. Let's begin with the orbs, cloaked crafts, and UFOs. I started noticing them by chance, I will say, although I've learned not really by chance because the universe always shows you things when you're ready to see them. And I just started to become more perceptive. So I would be out for a walk and I would see these strange cloud formations that just looked too distinctly like a UFO to be coincidental. I saw other cloud formations that looked like angels or other figures. I started to notice strange patterns in the skies and moving objects at night. And the closer I paid attention, the more I saw. Once I noticed a few, they just started standing out to me. When you see an orb in the sky and it's iridescent and it's changing colors and it's moving not like an airplane or a star, it's moving slowly and continuously in erratic patterns, you begin to realize that it is not something man-made. And once you see one of these, you'll start to see many more. This is no coincidence. Let me share with you one of the most obvious times I saw these spacecrafts. I was driving home from work. It was a sunny day. It was probably around 5 p.m., 5:15 p.m. There was traffic like usual. and I was stopped at a stoplight. And I looked over to my left, and in the middle of the blue sunny sky, I saw 3 red triangular UFOs, and they were flying together in a pattern. Now, how do I know that those are UFOs? Well, number 1, the shape. Number 2, the color. And number 3, the way that they were moving. I know what a drone looks like. They weren't drones. I know what airplanes look like and other objects that you might see in the sky. And it was distinctly interdimensional. The other way that I knew that those were crafts is because about 6 months prior to that, I had connected with this friend in Canada. And this friend in Canada was also kind of spiritually aware. And he had sent me a picture of when he was out for a bike ride, and there was a triangular spacecraft hovering above this lake. And he took a picture of it that was so clear, you couldn't have mistaken it. And he was moved by it, and he was shocked by it. And because of his awareness, he knew also that that was interdimensional. It was not man-made. So these things had already come into my awareness. But then, to confirm things even further, I started to interact with more people in my community and online who had also been seeing these crafts. These were awakened souls who weren't everyday people. They were like me. They were going through a spiritual awakening, or they were just very conscious and aware. So I trusted what they were saying. And they too had pictures and videos, and they were sending me pictures and videos. I had a friend that I connected with online who lived in a rural area in Kansas, and he was seeing these daily over his property. He had hundreds of stories, thousands of pictures and videos, and they looked exactly like what I was also seeing. Now, they weren't all the same shape. They didn't all have the same characteristics, but we were all seeing them. And that just confirmed to me that there was more to this than what met the eye. This is the way it will happen. The universe will show you something, and then it will confirm to you in various ways, in various places, until you can no longer deny it. You simply know the truth within your being. It's all a matter of how open you are to seeing and understanding. You will only be shown what you are ready to see. When you are curious and open to learning more, the universe will show you more. Things will suddenly pop into your awareness as if they were placed there just for you to notice. Similar to the way that you start seeing repeating numbers and angel messages, spirit animals, and other signs early on in your awakening, so too will you be shown more advanced phenomenon as your spiritual senses sharpen. God, the universe, the creator, is not going to show you something that you are resistant to, because he knows you will just reject it, which is usually a sign of fear. When we are afraid to see something, or when we are closed off to a reality that is different than the one we are used to seeing, then we push it away. But when we are open to seeing, we allow ourselves to stay open-minded. The universe will keep showing us more. In your everyday life, you will always be presented with 2 options: the 3D, normal human reality, or the 5D, spiritual, non-physical reality that cannot be seen with your eyes. That is the reality or the dimension that your consciousness and your spirit operate in. What you are open to perceive is what you will receive. Things that are visible in the spiritual realm cannot be explained with logic or reason. The mind is only programmed to understand certain things. It is your spirit and your inner knowing that have the ability to access a broader perspective. How can you explain mystical encounters and spiritual downloads to a person that has never experienced them? You can't. Only people who are on your same level of consciousness and awareness will understand, because they are ready to understand. After a while, it will no longer matter to you if someone believes your story or not. You'll stop caring what people think, and you'll stop seeking their validation, because you'll have so much evidence of the truth that you'll no longer need to search outside of yourself for it. You'll know with your whole being that what you are seeing is real, because your consciousness has expanded in order to be able to perceive this reality. You will accept the fact that those who doubt or question the existence of light beings, UFOs, or other dimensions are simply operating on another level of awareness. 3D instead of 5D, mind instead of spirit, conditioning instead of authentic truth. This doesn't make them bad or wrong, and it's not a judgment. It's a reality. I know because I once lived it. People can only see or perceive things that their consciousness is capable of perceiving. Someone whose spiritual senses are sharpened has access to hidden worlds and dimensions, special abilities, the mystical and the supernatural. You will see it all, and you are meant to. Once you start seeing and experiencing these supernatural encounters, no one and nothing will surprise you. Not the news, not world events, not other people's reactions. You know too much. Your perception has grown beyond the normal human experience, almost as if you are detached from it. This is not arrogance. This is evidence of a heightened state of consciousness and awareness, one that transcends the physical and reaches the astral. We are not separate from beings in the higher dimensions. We are extensions from the same infinite intelligence, expressing itself in different forms. We come from the same source, and we are on the same team. And once you truly understand that, your doubts and fears will disappear. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so grateful to be part of this great awakening with you. I hope that by me sharing some of my experiences, that you will learn to accept and normalize some of the things that you may experience on your awakening journey. You are not alone, and you are not crazy. You are waking up, and that is a beautiful thing. If you would like extra guidance from someone who has walked the path before you, I am here to assist. I offer one-on-one sessions to help you process, go deeper, and better understand the things that you are going through. I have also created a step-by-step guidebook that will walk you through each stage of the awakening process and help prepare you for what's to come. All of the links can be found down below. I would be honored to work with you. Stay tuned for the next episode, where I will be sharing how I learned to channel and use my psychic abilities. I hope to see you then. In the meantime, I am wishing you a beautiful and blessed week.